Gilmore Girls and the weather. What did we do on those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer when we were filming all of those winter scenes? And how did the actors not look like a hot, sweaty mess? It is day 7 of the California fires. Quick update. It is the calm before the storms. Santa Ana winds are about to return. There are 2 major fires still burning actively, and I am directly between each one. You draw a straight line between one of them. My house is right in the middle of that. We are safe. We are fine. The air quality above our home is a lot better than in these fire conditions. But with the winds picking up, anything can happen, and we are on alert, ready to evacuate if need be. Oftentimes, the winter scenes were shot in the middle of the warmest months, like August, October. It would take about 8 days to film an episode, 8 days to do the post-production on it, and a lot of times we would have a backlog of 5 or 6 episodes that we would be ahead, which would put us in the summer months. The moment they'd call cut, we'd grab the coats from the actors and use our blow dryers to dry them off. The makeup department would go in there with powder puffs, tissues, and just like getting the sweat off of their brow right before the cameras rolled. And sometimes they would often have to cut because the sweat would get on their face. It was very hot. But the main thing was we would not put the actors' clothes on until the last possible moment. So if an actor was wearing a sweater, they might have like a thin layer underneath that they could just throw the sweater on top of, and then they would then put the coat on, the hats, the gloves, and whatever else that they might have on them to keep them warm. In between shots, they would shed all of that as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, my job would be to grab that from them and dry it off with like a hairdryer. We had these giant air conditioning tubes. Just put the coat right in front of it to get it nice and cold right before I would put it on the actor again. Some of the actors would continue to wear their things as long as they could because they felt like putting it on made them even hotter. So if they were wearing it, they could kind of acclimate to what that was, but they drank a lot of water. They did sweat a lot. And the moment they could take off those gloves, they would, and they would always lose them, except for Ed. Ed and Kelly, they had a little trick up their sleeve. He would stick his gloves inside his sleeve. And then when he was ready to use his coat again, he couldn't put his arm through the coat without putting that scarf back on, and he wouldn't lose his gloves. I wish I had done this back on Gilmore Girls, but nowadays, because I make ice cream, I often will have an ice pack with me to keep the ice cream cold because I like to bring ice cream to set and give it to my friends. I worked on a show called Mordecai. Oliver Platt was doing an interview in the police station, and it was so hot in that scene. And I had an ice pack in my trailer because of the ice cream I had brought to set. And so I grabbed it and I let him, he literally had the ice pack on his lap while he was filming that scene. So a lot of times it's just getting the actors cooling suits or things. But back then we really didn't do that on Gilmore Girls. We should have. But now there's more technology that helps with those kind of things. Please do me a favor, follow me here and everywhere that you think that you should follow me.